That is amazing.
Everyone here, there's a simple reason of why he did this. He lives in Canada.
Someone just put their mods in their default Arma 3 add-ons folder, and my brain hurts.
See, I can do that because I am part German.
Y'all want to see a chicken on a water slide?
See, this is why I like having more reservists, because by then I think we could have gotten these slots filled, because I would have wanted to brief by now.
I have one more
Where's Lanky?
Patrick, should we expect a volume issue?
Lanky told me, quote, well, the security thing's still going, so RIP, enjoy the op, man. I'm like, but no, keep joining. No one has taken it yet. And he just didn't respond.
Okay, so Lanky's a dumbass, alright.
Possibly, yep.
I mean, if you guys, like, defeat yourselves before you even show up here, then you're dumbasses, I'm sorry. Come on, have some confidence.
Listen, I know Canadian's been taking L's left and right, but I gotta give Canadian some credit. He's powering through this. He's fucking like, nah, I'm gonna play this off today. Good job, Canadian. You're not lanky.
Alright, I have one slot left. I think Caleb just joined properly, and he'll take Recovery Team 6, because slots are free for all at this point.
Fucking,
oh no.
God damn it.
Jesters with the,
Here's the thing that annoys me, right?
Hey, Jester.
I've played with Jams in my main Arma. I've played with Jams in that slot. I've played 3 different ops, and it never gave me this shit.
That's because it's not on a keyed server, probably.
No, it was on Liru ops. And only
Wait,
now it's doing this.
Okay, I'm now gonna push us to brief. Again, this is all outlined in the document that was in the slotting request this time around, and every time I put out a thing for slotting to say the time, everything will be outlined in the document. So please.
Are slots full?
Slots are full.
Yeah.
Fuck.
At least you can watch the stream and you don't get to die horribly as the
God damn
Marine.
it.
Oh well.
Oh well, too late.
Enjoy the stream.
Alright,
Alright, well, bye, guys.
Respectfully.
Respectfully. Canadian, go watch us all die.
Yeah, they're gonna die first.
Pushing us to map screen now.
I'm gonna go get my food.
See how
I
many
want to put a vote up to see who will die first.
Hatter, why are you going to get your food now, not during the entire time that we were bantering?
Because he's everything.
Hatter's a special
I
man
have
with a special
Reno,
plan.
I can not.
No, Hatter, you're a dunce.
Every time my brain hurts, I'm increasing the accuracy of the AI by 5%. So far, it's hurt twice.
No.
I'm not a Reno, I am not a squirrel, so that's the thing.
Okay, waiting for all of the boxes to show up.
It says I can't open it because Rasmic Wall 3 didn't open.
Just hit the OK
Just
button.
click it, it'll be fine.
God, I want to do what Caleb does. Just mute myself until the awootism disappears. Okay.
Oh, this map's fucking huge.
Here's how this is going to work, ladies and gentlemen. So, LZ Tartar was the original LZ where the remaining SEAL is still alive. The 3 other SEAL members are up there dead. You're going to have to collect their tags at the very least. The original chopper that came in to try to pick the people up at LZ Tartar is reported down at the GPS signature marked on the map. People who survived are going to spawn there. I don't know how many people died and survived because I can't speculate that number for you. So pick up the dog tags of the AI and then move on. There will be one body that spawned under a chopper. It has like a 50-50 to spawn under the chopper. If it does, I'll just delete it because it won't be accessible because sometimes the chopper dynamically moves around. Otherwise, there's bad people in here. They're going to be going over there and going up there ASAP, so grab what you need and get a move on. I'd recommend that the 2 groups under SERE right now find a way to link up, but that might be very tough. You've got short-range radios, though, and you'll be able to communicate with the recovery team coming in. Recovery team, I'd stay away from this town, this position, and that town in those positions with your chopper. Otherwise, you might get shot down by shit. Thank you for the notification, Paytons. Otherwise, that's really it. Again, AI are pre-placed and are going to be immediately running in. So, once I hit the continue button, good luck. Any questions to go through now?
Yes. Can we get a Hail Mary and a recommendation on LZ for recovery?
Nope.
Okay. So just as long as it's not near the towns, then it's okay.
As long as it's away from the people trying to murder you. Now, while this is going on, I highly recommend the groups here start making their way south, and then the group over here starts making their way north. This could quite possibly be an op where you find the SERE group, land, pick part of them up, deploy your squad to hold, and then have to ferry things back because unless, like, everyone in the AO dies, you're going to have to do multiple trips back and forth. Once you get back to the base, you can log out and watch the stream. Even if everyone in the AO dies, you're going to have to make an attempt to go find the dog tags, which is probably going to be in the middle of where all the bad people are. So keep that in mind. I won't tell you if they all die, but if they stop responding on radio, that's probably bad. I will also say this. Overarching general net is 5-0, so all units should probably have an ear on 5-0 to listen to each other, and your radios have about a kilometer range. Back at base, you have a triple RVIC for the Huey. The crew chief, which I think I just said heli crew for the slot, you have a toolkit. You're set as an engineer. If your chopper takes damage, you can land and partially repair it. Otherwise, both of you should be able to fully repair and rearm it and refuel it back at base. Chopper also has spare ammunition for 5.56 rifles and the M249. I don't think it has any spare GL rounds or other stuff, so some kits in the field might not get resupply. But this is, again, one of those ops where if you get utterly scuffed for ammo, you should probably loot a dead guy.
So if the chopper goes down, do we just have to walk back to base?
You gotta walk, and I'm probably not gonna let you live.
And if you said make an attempt, if we make a genuine attempt to retrieve dog tags and it doesn't work out, can we just RTB? Or do we have to, like, die trying to get the dog tag?
RTB, but you have to call it into me first, so I know.
Okay. That's it for me.
Okay. Any other questions?
Does my UH-60 have doors?
Why would I give it to... Of course it has doors.
You know what,
actually, I'm not sure if it does because it has the one with the side miniguns, so...
Oh, no, I'm talking about the pilot doors.
No, you should have them.
Fucking government cutbacks.
It's like a 50-50 chance.
Now, let me also state something for the record. If the UH-60 is doing orbitals overhead and firing with the minigun, as long as you're flying decently, it's going to be impossible for you to get hit with RPGs, but you might take ground fire from statics at the towns. Again, towns have static MGs that have, like, you know, anti-material rounds that could fuck your chopper up, so do that in other places. I'm only going to ham-fist you with an RPG if you try to land to pick people up and there's an RPG guy right next to you. So, another thing. Valleys require you to land the chopper next to mountains. Those mountains might have dudes with RPGs. Tops of ridges or hills would probably be better. That's all the advice I'm going to give you.
Thank you.
Now, questions going once, going twice. All right, on your marks, get sets. You're all gonna die.
Full fucking send.
Oh, don't give me that bug. Frickin' fraggin' dagger nuggets. All right, I gotta quickly respawn. Here we go.
Walkie check. Good check. Check. Good check. Check. Good check.
Oh my god. All right.
You sure about that? That was moving south.
All right.
Radio check.
So single dude has spawned up here. Sam, I think he's already grabbed the dog tags of his comrades. There was also a few choices for other weaponry if he wanted them. He is now going to be running to the LZ. I have...
Radio check is yes, sir.
that group coming up. And I'm going to lower that. I just realized I gave myself an MR3000. Whoops, but I think I have encryptions off, so... No, I might still have encryptions on. All right, Arsenal time.
You're gonna have to
That's awkward.
fix your T-fire real quick, my guy.
5, 2, 3. Cool.
This is team leader.
Too high. You got your ears on.
This is high on 5-0. Requesting radio check over.
So I'll try that real quick.
Good check, high command.
I know, but I need high command. I don't need anybody else.
Radio, authentic. Drop your radio for him.
What do you what?
Also,
Oh,
that was
LR.
on shortly.
Yo, the issue
Not that
is-
radio, the LR.
Yo,
Yeah, no,
we're
that's
not
what
in the
I'm
team speak. we're not
Okay,
in the
Reno,
Discord channel.
Reno. I'm busy. Please don't.
Real
do
quick,
it
real
now.
quick. Excellent. Give him an
There he is.
MR3000. I gave him the 1523G. So
hang on, wait. Liru,
What?
come back.
Hey, Liru?
Did the slots delete? Because he might have to soft log. He's having TFR issues.
just have it dropped on the backpack then, and then he can pick it back up when he comes back.
Hey, Liru?
Okay.
What?
It has us all not in a TFAR channel in TeamSpeak.
Oh shit.
That's fine. It will still work fine. I just noticed, yeah, they deleted the TFAR channel again. So whatever.
Success.
We got multiple contacts in the northwest, or in the city.
All right. So now the evasion begins because the local ground is fine. I believe they've picked up everyone's dog tags, but I will check later. You got Sam up here on his own. Let me go ahead and set up our global. And let's set everything up for the day. Setting things below 10 for accuracy. Everything else is going high. And we'll see if forces start aggroing here. Yep.
Yeah, all of you in the helicopter. I'm gonna deal with him if I will figure it out.
And the operation
My
begins.
team, look out. I'll try to get authentic situated, but we're burning time here. Olivia, do you want me to just have my team stay behind?
Dragoon, thanks for
Get
gifting
to
out
the
a sub. It
field
went
so you
to
can pick
Rhino
up SERE,
Roadblock.
and
Hope
I'll
you all
bring
keep
him
enjoying the
to spot leader
operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. So our single SEAL survivor is over here. He might be in radio comms with these guys. I've got forces coming up and around him. Let's start sending that team back. This group I'm going to send up here, then pull down that way. And I just tabbed out on accident. Sometimes I click out of my monitor because I've got this section over here is my area to go to my other monitor, and sometimes I accidentally scroll too far out. So anyway, I'm just going to be throwing a bunch of random militia units from Middle Eastern style here. So these are Pakistani going in, but I'm also going to work with some of this. I'm going to be doing full-on AT sections, no AA for today. But basically, my spawn pool is infinite for this mission. So if the player base keeps getting pinned down, some of them have E-tools, they can dig if they need to. But otherwise, I'm just going to basically be burning their ammo ASAP. Sam, I think, just took a shot. So he might be pinned right now. So he's got to be careful. Oh, yeah, you can hear him. He's got smokes. He's got everything he needs to survive right there. So he's just got to be incredibly careful. But as these guys keep going, I'm going to be sending more and more stuff above them. They got to be careful going up this ridge, though, because that's going to expose their backs. So they're probably going to have to use a lot of smoke grenades going up here. They do have techies, but I'm not going to use them unless I absolutely have to. So LZ is going to be all the way over here. For the sake of reference, I'm going to put some AT squads down over here. And this is just all about survival at this point. If they come up here, I'll put them down. So going ahead over here as well, but I hope you're all A-okay. And we'll see how things go. Alright, the op is continuing. Sam is up here doing some quick medical. I've got these infantry guys coming down hot on his tail. You've got the player base slowly heading up right here. Tail guy, their medic should be not in the tail in all honesty, as we have these forces coming up and hitting them on the rear.
Push south, 100
Play sound.
Risen next to my fucking head.
Whew. So you're starting to hear some radio contact from down there. I'm going to start pinning them in this ridge line, as I'm just going to constantly keep the pressure on them. Essentially, they're going to be completely chased in this AO. Otherwise, you got 3 guys back here that are holding the line. So what I'm doing is, by this, I can select everything here and change the orders at will, so this controls all of the units moving through, which is a really nice thing if I want to be chasing the player base up here, because we're going to constantly be hearing gunshots. So overall, they have gotten quite a few kills around here. They just need to be mindful. He just got hit. So they're calling the friendly coming out. Whew. Good grenade throw right there that did stop some of the horde coming up. But now they got a way to get through at this position. I am, however, going to have a distant team start coming in to cut them off. But I'm not sending any of my units to fast move this mode right here because through the mountains they're already pretty slow, so it doesn't really change much on mountain maneuverability. But they have Sam in play right now. Chopper is flying around up here, trying to find a decent LZ at this point. They should be trying to get radio contact here, but I imagine this off's only gonna last like an hour tops. It's all about the recovery team and these guys getting together and then the chopper slowly pulling people back. But when the infantry are landed, this chopper can come in and start giving assistance with minigun fire if they pull away enough from the town, because the town has statics that can easily shoot that chopper down. Otherwise, you got these guys in the field doing their best here. The AI are slowly lurching in on their position. So Chopper's basically flying around, making sure there's no infantry around. They're being incredibly cautious, which is a good thing. It's a very good thing. But now it's just a matter of the AI trickling down here. And me slowly setting up the AI to actually, you know, move. Because sometimes their pathing gets stuck on some of these hills and rocks, unfortunately. But I will constantly be putting down more guys to come in. Because this is just all about a survival op against an unending enemy. Killing the force just you know, buys you a few minutes as more slowly mount up to come and attack. So move those guys up closer to the squad lead. But they need to keep moving. Because if they dilly-dally for too long, they're SOL. And now they're in a really tough position right here. They should probably stay low and use their smoke grenades to move forward.
Downey, can you hear me?
Now I'm going to say a fire team spotted them landing and is going to go over to put pressure on them.
Set your intercom to crew.
Hey, Lord Tap. Good afternoon to you. But yes, as I fly around, you can hear different groups of their radio comms interacting here. He just took a hit to the shoulder. It looked like a headshot, but I think it clipped to his arm instead. You can hear the static of the other teams going. That's nice, Az. That's nice. Well, there will always be more weird Canadian. So yeah, from over here we can hear the static of the other teams talking. You got to be careful though, because behind them they got forces coming up on them. Yep, they finally noticed. Lee Enfield, I mean, their accuracy is pretty trash, not gonna lie, for the AI. Need to keep moving, because now you're starting to get encircled here. They got smoke grenades. I just haven't seen them use them yet. But at this rate, they're gonna run out of bandages. So I'm adjusting the metric. There's another team coming in behind them. These forces are going to start coming in from that area too. So these guys need to move. They still have everyone up right now. They don't have anyone down they need to worry about. Oh, now I stand corrected.
At most 20 seconds.
Because if they start getting pinned and there's too many people down, it's going to be over. You're going to have to wait for the recovery team to come in, but this is a multi-kilometer distance. He's up. They need to go. They need to go now. Alright, we're seeing some smokes pop here as they move up. There's a team right in front of them now. That one I called in earlier. So they're doing their best to hold from this position. You're going to have those flanking forces come around too. Great GL right there. Now they're going to be able to break through. Put another force as a blocking unit to come in, but look at all this infantry coming up. I can also start deleting bodies behind them. But these two need to move, because otherwise they're going to get pinned. So I'm not sure if there's a miscommunication in play here, but they got to go. These 5 others are booking it. Yeah, Tilsitter's the guy in charge of that team too, so I don't know why he's sticking back here. Start putting forces all the way out there. It's going to be a tough climb, but eventually these groups will meet. Now Tilsitter's moving. Llama is not. These guys need to be on an overwatch position to cover them moving back instead, otherwise they could get caught out here. Oh, this is messy. He might be crippled or it's because of the mountaintop, but there should be infantry up here covering him because if he gets shot multiple times, he's going to go down. Thankfully, the deflate's working for him, but the AI's hot on his heels. We need to see more maneuvering.
Solid copy, waving off.
So you can hear the chopper now on 5-0. And again, we're slowly moving these forces around. Oh, dear. So we got a few teams fighting them, only small forces, though, because they were meant to break through and continue moving. These guys, though, need to keep moving south. Because otherwise they're going to be in a lot of trouble, because that swarm is right next to them. A few well-placed grenades will help delay it, but it's not going to be enough. Here, one second.
The helicopter to high command.
Poor Caleb. This is high send message.
Are we allowed to go out of the bounds of the...
Yes, yes you are.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, so they've broken contact, which is good, because that's going to decrease the likelihood of me sending stuff, and it's going to mean that they're going to start gaining some distance from the swarm until the next firefight, which is already here. But at this rate, they're going to use these ridges to move down on. Caleb sent a message to me saying he doesn't trust any of these guys. Because they should be pushing through the contact to get to friendlies. They shouldn't be pinning themselves down to deal with a few riflemen. And if anything, they should have the UH-60 above them to also provide minigun support if it's not over here, providing support to the SERE group. So, it's very messy. It's alright, Mad. We always have more operations. So these guys are basically watching this route up here. So it's just all about keeping this horde going. Oh, didn't mean to delete that one extra, that's fine. I'm gonna keep the bodies along there, keep the bodies around the original ambush site.
This is Big Bird, send traffic.
Be advised, we took contacts to our east, unknown if they have RPG. Stand by.
Solid copy. Waving off to the west.
So they're taking fire from a group of chuckleheads over here. We're gonna do another team that's slowly coming in, but these guys are deeper in the Badlands here, so they're working on them. But now we're starting to see some more momentum here as they're basically moving ridge to ridge. What the point is, these guys are going to drag all these units here, which is going to make the pullout a lot tougher. So while half the player base is being extracted, the other half should still continue to push south, because if they don't, they're going to have this massive swarm to deal with, and I don't think they're going to do it. But, I mean, they're starting to make some good distance now. They've moved about a few hundred meters at least. And now the groups are within a little over 2 kilometers of each other. So it's good progress so far. But again, it's meant to be a slow progression to extend the time of this operation overall to, like, you know, an hour. So we've seen a few of these guys go down, but they're still keeping that momentum, but they're not doing the method where they carry the casualty away. They're keeping their pinned, and, you know, as more infantry slowly come up here, it's going to make that method a little tougher and tougher. So they've cleared the way again with that squad, so I'm going to spawn another one further back and give them room to maneuver. So every time they clear that forward element, I'm spawning another group about 500, 700 meters away to come in, and that's going to then provide another blocking action to give time for the horde to continue to move up on their pause, basically to keep applying pressure. We see another smoke grenade being thrown. It's a little low, though. They need to consider putting it at their feet, but they're going to basically be moving along this ridgeline, probably climb up to this ridgeline as well. So yeah, UH-60, don't know why it went further south. It should be going north. But yeah, these guys are still dealing with intermediate contacts. They, again, should not be stopping and engaging, because that's just gonna... I know, it's the wrong way. That's just gonna slow them down. They should be a lot more mobile, because... I mean, if these guys can be more mobile and they're, you know, literally running for their lives, those guys should be a little more active on it.
So, where's Llama?
No one has died yet. There's been a few downs, but...
Let's keep moving south.
I told everyone who signed up, like, this is probably going to be one of the harder ops you play in here, simply because if you make a mistake, I'm not being merciful, and the AI are already going to be coming to your position as soon as the mission starts. So you have to be quick, because even if I'm having tech issues, the AI are still going to come after you. Just because the Zeus goes down doesn't mean the op stops in this case. So now we're at the mercy of waiting for that combat group to run into them, and that's going to bring the groups forward, but I'm still running them on their previous position. So any units that are further back in the horde, I can delete and then respawn later as needed. Just so it doesn't, you know, clog up the server with 500 or so AI tracking them. Plus, units that slow down can make the entire squad slow down as well.
Ready?
casing more AI around, coming from multiple different directions, making it tougher as time passes. And they have this really nice but also pretty nasty, rugged terrain to fight through with all of these bushes and whatnot. Whew. So Firefight's going to keep to that central spot, but they are starting to outrun the AI, which is good. So this gives them the breather they need to move on, but they have limited stamina. So they have to eventually stop for a second, and that's where I can catch them. So we got forces trickling back and forth. Units are within about 1.5 kilometers of each other now. Chopper's finally moving back in. Don't know why it did. Was there anyone in the chopper that they were grabbing as like a late join or something? Nope, it's just those two. So I don't know why they went south. They should be, you know, going, looking for the, at least trying to establish radio communication with these guys.
Check. Radio check. Does anybody copy?
I copies you, but beyond that, negative, over. So now when I have groups around here, gonna basically send them out in random directions as we try to get the trail again. Until we, you know, reinitiate contact and then the shooting continues. As you can see, there's quite the horde back here. Speaking of. Start gunfire, yep. They got infantry down the ridge on the right here, and the horde is going to continue to follow. I'm going to go ahead and delete bodies. And that group's going to continue. By this point, I think these guys can start to hear that gunfire, so I'm actually going to recall everything and send them over to that fight.
Recovery team 6 to Ranger.
Radio check. Recovery team, do you copy?
This is Recovery team 6 to Ranger detachment. Do you have your ears on?
Yeah, so now I'm going to be putting AI in the position to run into these guys as they slowly maneuver.
This is Recovery team 6. I can hear you. You guys got your ears on over there?
6, that's cute. So I could very well get these guys pinned here as well. We have a large trickling of forces starting to come in. Again, deleting anything that's lagging behind or going in separate directions.
Recovery team 6 to Ranger. Do you have your ears on? Over and over.
Yes, can you hear me?
Sounds like they're firing RPGs at units.
Barely hear you. Status.
A little high right there. But yeah, now they're starting to take fire from the rear. So they need to consider moving. Don't know why I grabbed a messenger bag there, but that's interesting.
Coming that direction. Or do you want to meet up for pickup?
Yeah, so they're otherwise continuing to move on here. Need to keep pushing up that ridge, though. They're probably within about 1 kilometer of each other now.
Spec Ops, we just caught you. You
Yeah,
got your ears on?
So I'm actually going to send that team back locally because that's the closer firefight.
Recovery team 6 to Spec Ops, we just caught your traffic. Where
So
would you like to meet
they
up
might
to
be losing
picked up?
comms with each other because intercept coefficient of the of the ridges here might be catching their radio comms, so they have to be careful about that.
We don't know a good LZ yet. We're still in heavy contact.
Did you say blue something mark? Send traffic again? You got multiple bases on your radio.
We're at the blue mark.
Copy. advise squad leader to move recovery team 6 there. How copy?
Surprised they're not using the chopper support, because I told them they could use the miniguns to support. They just gotta make sure they're not nearby any like villages and shit.
Make it to the blue exclamation mark.
So I think I spooked them, I guess.
Yeah, what's up?
We're currently at hill 1611.
Not use it, which is a shame. But it does make sense why they're being so defensive with it.
Spec Ops team is heading there now.
I don't know how it looks.
Sam is the SEAL team guy who's still alive. He was the sole survivor. He's still here. There have been no KIAs yet, but I'm a little worried right now because now the blunt of the horde is starting to get here. Spec Op guys are on top of the ridge here.
We are not at the blue estimate.
And I am going to send shit from every direction.
Rangers, TAC, Spec Ops, we have iron.
Because now they're starting to get pinned because they've stopped moving. So these guys need to double time it down to their pause. Because this is where things might start getting messy.
Sorry, what was that?
This is Spec Ops team. We got enemies on both sides. I don't see how that.
They need to pick a position and start breaking out, otherwise I will swarm them.
Why is the recovery team?
Yep, so they're now moving as quick as they can here. People are getting hit left and right, though. Now you're starting to see some smokes getting popped. They're going to move. All right. So they're going to pick the direction to move through. They still got quite a few units they're going to have to move with, though, to get through. I'm not going to let them move far, though, here. Llama's down. Yep, so they need to push and still bring forces forward. They're going to need someone to pick him up at this point. They need to commit to this movement of direction. They can't keep medicing him in the open. They need to move. They need to basically kill these AI and then just keep moving. Patchwork, he's running for it here. I don't know why he's running on his own.
For some reason, Liru set all the fucking slots for 60.
Recovery team, this is Big Bird. How copy?
Well, that's because the radio's pre-programmed, so it's meant to be easy for them to switch through everything, so it's a shame. Now we're starting to see them pick up this guy, and they're going to continue moving. Adder went down because some people were right next to the smoke grenade. Started picking up enemy guns, too, and they're continuing to move.
This is recovery team 6. You got yours on? Or excuse me. Spec Ops, you got yours on? Hey. Be advised, southwest.
Hey, firm, we might be taking casualties here.
They need to get him into cover, because this is where it's going to start getting messy. Sam went down. They've got, looks like 3 people down at the moment.
Recovery
4 people.
team,
Nope, he's looting.
Bird. How copy?
Go ahead, Big Bird.
We're orbiting just north of 1648. What's the sit rep?
Stand by. We can make contact with Spec Ops now.
Please, for the love of God, call in that air support. Oh, God. They're going to lose people here. Because he's medicing in the open with no cover. Sam died.
Sam's dead.
Patch ran up on his own and got headshotted. That's not good. But again, why would you run up on your own? Now this team's starting to break through, but they're taking contact. Oh, this is getting messy. This is probably going to be a cleanup op instead at this rate. Because they got pinned. I don't know why Patch ran up on his own. That's probably the biggest mistake of the group. Like, why would you run ahead of your guys? But it's a big shame. So you got two-man cells here. You got the third two-man group down. 1 KIA. But yeah, this is one of those ops where you can do really well, and then as soon as you stop that pace,
SEAL team guys down.
you're screwed. How did you miss that guy? Someone just saved your ass. So recovery team, I think, is gonna make it to at least start helping to pull people out. But this is getting messy.
Whoever's up the hill to our south, is the hill clear?
I think their communications have completely busted here, which is why it's a tough call. But at least the recovery team is going to make it at this point. I'm not sure if Patch is going to survive, though. He got headshotted. So these four are now holding this rock. They're trying to get into a position to pull their two wounded back, but the onslaught of infantry isn't going to let them until they get reinforced. Then they might be able to, but even then, it's tough. They're going for it, though. I got to commend them here. They really are going for it. Those Tilsit are trying to grab the gun. No, they just did a sweep around.
Watch out, Patch.
There's Patch. Oh, now we got our second KIA. Alvar might join him in a second. Tilsiter ran towards the horde and got taken out. Oh. Now you hear the UH-60. Yeah, no, they're pulling away. They're leaving those two behind. Jesus. They got reinforced. I can't call the chopper in. It's up to them to call the air support in. I already told them the parameters of if you're not around the villages, then the chopper calling in should be fine for gun runs, but it's up to them to actually do it. And that minigun could be really helpful right now. Now they need to find a place to basically call evacing here. Alright, now I'm only going to be putting like a fire team in their way for them to pull south now that that parameter's been met.
Ground team, this is Big Bird.
There is no contact with that chopper, though. That is the really concerning part about this. Because the guy that had contact with the chopper decided to run. He's dead. He has died.
Yep, this is second team leader of the recovery squad.
Okay, be advised, can't believe we have lost all of the SEAL tags. I think we lost a couple of others. They're down the hill by point, but we can't really reach them, so let's just leave, shall we?
Alright, copy.
This is high if you can hear me. You're clear for evac. Just take what you can and get the fuck out of there. Over. pull out with everyone's tags, because this is... Oh.
Rangers, you read on 50.
All right, they're smoking and trying to pull out. That's what they need to do. Biddle, he's on his own. He's got to...
back because we've been encircled. Apologies.
Get with his forces.
No shit. Make way, you have more men and more ammo.
Yeah, I mean, Tilsitter, for example, he pushed the wrong way right in the middle of... Yeah.
More in you.
This is where a lot of people have died, unfortunately. That's where I think the 4 KIA were. There's a 5th one up there. Now, the question is, I think they might have enough... trying to consider how many people you can fit in the chopper. It's 14 total, so 2 people in there ready, so it would be 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, they could actually all escape in one chopper run because they've had 5 KIA. But now they're going to essentially get the breather, and I'm just going to chase them at this point. I'm just going to give chase. At this point, they need to get They need to get onto the chopper to call in.
No, this is Rangers. Seals are dead. We've lost all the seal tags.
Oh, they lost the seal tags too. That sucks. I mean, you can see the amount of people they've killed, though.
Rangers currently have 3 out of 6.
They're RPGing behind them, getting some kills with that, which is great.
No, we aren't even Rangers. We're like an army special operations team or something.
The chase will continue.
I do want to stay here and shoot the shit all over and keep going.
Had a guy go down. Yeah, Matt, I think I noticed that you went down because there were 2 guys coming through the smoke, and they just, you know, point blank, even at, like, I have the A at 7% accuracy right now, they still are going to be accurate.
Bro, the recovery team just left it.
Hey, Joe Mama, we've been surrounded.
You on the long range.
Whimsical, I think, just glitched Authentic out. There we go. Here would not be the best place to call in the bird. They need to get distance from this horde and keep pulling out. They need to basically plan an LZ for the bird to basically like sweep an area, determine it's clear, and then these guys need to pull out. Because if they try to extract by the horde, it's going to get messy. Oh, I'm gonna be honest. Again, like they were doing a great job.
Recovery team, this is UH-60. I need your coordinates to
What
land.
just happened to the server? So, could be a few different things right there, because I noticed Authentic's character was
Ground
glitching
team,
out.
This is air.
So
I need your coordinates to come pick you up or do some strafing runs.
You can pick your LZ for whichever one you're comfortable at. Our current coordinates are actually standby.
Continuing, let's go.
Standby.
Well, let's move southwest.
Let's go.
You want to fall back to 1468, unless that's too far. Just mark something on map and I'll come find
Yeah, we'll be okay, we'll move there.
you. Solid
could be a
copy.
few different reasons.
Still in orbit. See you soon.
This is Bird. If you can make it just...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Mad Hatter. It might have been your network completely desyncing the server out, because that happens, unfortunately.
Whatever the...
Because I didn't see any traces of a normal DDoS, because that behaves differently, so I don't know. So this is giving them an opportunity. Chopper is still doing orbitals here. It looks like they're going to try to run back to their original LZ, which is fine. They're popping smokes to try to pull away. But yeah, we're back in business.
Pilots, mark a...
Could have been anything, to be honest, but hey, it's over. It's fine. It's fine.
Pilot, that Marco rec room plus spec ops is about to be overrun by enemies.
Ground, this is air. We'll set 1468 as primary unless it's too hot on arrival, and then we'll move south.
Solid copy.
Copy.
Still gonna put some fire teams in their way. But yeah, main horde's still gonna track them, and I need to respawn some stuff because I deleted quite a bit. Alrighty. So I just need to keep a move on. Yeah, I don't know why you would use hotel Wi-Fi, because there's a lot of problems that can arise with it, but whew, it's fine. Alright, infantry pretty much hot on their heels now. But again, when this specific server gets DDoS, because it has in the past, usually based off of the two different types of attacks I've seen, there is always a yellow chain and a red chain because the server can't handle everything. This one feels more like what Hatter said, where one person's connection just starts killing the entire server, and the server's doing its best to catch up for that one person because that's just how Arma's netcode works, unfortunately.
Oh no.
HC.
Solid copy.
Keeping them hot on their heels here. It's just a massive horde going. They are trying to move back to their original LZ, which is a good call, admittedly. So basically sending everything up there at this point. I think I can delete everything up on the northern side as well for the sake of frames. But yeah, shit happens. Alright, I'm Mad Hatter. So yeah, one of the symbols just disappeared, which means they
Recover at this range as well.
good job of shooting stuff.
We're currently off your 2
You
o'clock.
need to go.
So we're currently making our way downhill towards 1468.
So I think they're going for that position right there.
We gotta make a pit stop at 1561. It's right on the halfway.
Ground, this is air. If you have a better location you want me to pick you up from that's closer and more
go for all the way
convenient
down
for you
there.
all, so long as you can secure it, there's a big enough place for me to land this thing. I can do it.
Yeah, we'll look for one.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I see an LZ standby. We'll get to it.
Solid copy.
Delete the AT guys. Let's see what they do. I think doing the multi counts as a view for both people. I actually don't know the exact science behind it. It's more so just something I provide for people because people like watching multiple views. But now they've completely broken off. I mean, using that as an LZ would be good. They just need the chopper to be like on landing approach at this point. Because if they get to there and then wait for the chopper to come down, that's going to give the AI enough time to get into position.
Recovery team, one of the Rangers seem appear to be missing one limb. He has a heavy machine gun. You can find him.
Who's missing?
Is Olivia still alive? Yeah. So that's the other person on the ground that you're watching.
One Ranger named Lamb.
honey. I love
No recovery in this range. Just
trying.
Colored smoke.
Negative, even the team leaders only spawned in a white.
Yeah, I'm trying not to force it, honey. I know, but
Are y'all still doing debrief?
I know. I can't. Boo, I gotta work. I'm sorry. If you're in this channel, can you not speak? Because TFAR didn't move everyone because someone deleted the TFAR channel. So just wait till you hear other people speaking. I apologize.
Sorry, Liru, I'll move out.
No, shush, shush, shush. Yeah, yeah.
Can you mark your position in smoke? You'll have to be twice shortly. It's the hill 1561, north of original LZ.
Solid copy.
If you can hover on the southeast side, we can probably get in with the rangers.
Or you can land in coming from the north to the south.
Alright, so I got a decent LZ right here. That's the most I'm going to be able to zip, honey. Cause I know, but your hair's in the way, and I have an op to manage. I'm really sorry, boo. This is not the time to be doing this. Okay, I'm working. Sorry, she got a new cosplay, so she wanted me to zip up the back for her.
Can you hover?
So long as you give me enough clearance and there isn't anything like a big tree or rock in the way, I'll do it.
Currently smoking southeast out of 1561 right below you.
I have a dog? No.
Hover on the hills and get
I
in.
think we have enough room for pets in this household right now. You look good, boo. I have to work, though.
Eyes on smoke. Coming around.
So I got the UH-60 circling around right here. That's a good LZ for this position. It's away from most of the stuff.
Command or the recovery.
You can land at 1561, please.
Let's see what we get.
We're currently putting the bird and we're hovering it on the south side of 1561.
But I think they can bring everyone out in one go.
If you're not here by the time...
Yes, that's an accurate statement. Liru is Bloodwing's pet.
Just get in, we're going to get up and then
I'm the doggy.
We've got a full squad about 300 meters from that hilltop.
Where?
It's friendly, I mean, not enemy.
It's a bit of a tough slant. He could try putting it right here.
That's good. I could probably just put it on auto hover and then go down a bit.
He's just gonna have to be careful.
Recovery range is that large.
But I think they're gonna be able to get away with it.
Recovery squad's almost here.
Distance?
About 50 meters. Ellie, where you going?
Nice and slow. Yeah, so they're able to put people in from there.
Well, we can't get on the bird if it's low
Should I? Nah, I'm not gonna take the shot. Alright. That's it. Pyrrhic victory. Definitely better than what happened historically.
We have a paratrooper.
Pyrrhic.
Satisfying, holy shit.
What the fuck?
5K.
Okay.
Alright, so first off, I don't want to apologize. Let me poke patches.
Wait, Oh.
So,
Hello.
there's supposed to be a TFAR channel under here. I don't know who came and deleted the TFAR channel between the last stop and this stop. I will add that to my checklist to make sure it's put back down. When there isn't a TFAR channel, just keeps us all on the same channel, and it still behaves the same way, so that's fine. Otherwise, SERE teams, you were doing great until you weren't. Because it basically stayed in a position for too long, unfortunately. Patch then ran ahead of his entire group to try to establish contact with you, and then just before, like within 50 meters, he ran into two guys, and I think one of them headshotted him. That wasn't me. That was literally the AI, so oof.
Yeah.
Comms are tough on that map, because with Klafgan, you have massive roaming ridges, and they will intercept your communication, similar to how real radios work. Chopper could have been used a little bit better in the sense of, I did say in the beginning, you can do orbitals with it and shoot at things, but just don't do it around towns and stuff because they will fire back and most likely hit you. So the way the group was pulling back, there was a lot of room for the Chopper to do gun runs if it wanted to, but it chose not to. Still picked everyone up that survived and pulled back, and because 5 people died, there was enough people for everyone to fit in one run. Otherwise, desync, that happened, didn't look like a DDoS, because when we have a DDoS, we see a yellow and a red chain occur intermittently on the bottom right, usually just a lot of yellow. This one, it was tracking network traffic from one single source, so that means either it was a single DOS attack, or it was someone's network connection, and one of the people here was playing on a really shitty Wi-Fi connection. So
that was me.
yeah, I know. I know. I wasn't gonna name you, but
I don't care.
it's fine. So yeah, but let's continue.
Guys, let him finish.
So guys, please.
No, it's not open forum. Let him finish.
So that was why there's a desync period. I healed everyone. It could have also been triggered because Authentic got in the weird glitched animation where if someone goes to drag you, they instead get stuck to you, and that's what I think happened to him just before that, so it might have just caused a network bug there, but I was getting network messages to indicate that it was either a DOS or someone's connection just fucking over the entire server, because welcome to Arma. It rarely happens, but it happens. Other than that, yeah, I mean, 50-50, you're all gonna die, so at least that didn't happen, but if you're part of the team going in to back the people up, you gotta know when to break contact. You don't need to kill every single dude in a fire team. You just need to keep moving. Because had you arrived there a few minutes earlier, I think we would have been able to pull everyone out, because it was within the 5-minute mark of you guys meeting each other when they started to go down, and then 2 minutes later when they started to actually die. So LZ choice was fine. Chopper use was okay. Could have been a bit more aggressive with it, but I understand, you know, not wanting to lose the one asset you got. And everything else seems a-okay. Feel free to bash me in feedback. Let's go SEAL guy, then team lead of the down chopper, and then team lead of recovery team, and then team lead of, or excuse me, the chopper pilot. In that order, please. So, Sam, you're first.
So I was on the hill, got the dodge tags. I was on 60. 60's default net. That's alright. I was in radio range of the recovery team, or the range special army special ops. So got in contact with them. And then Mac Marine, I understand you don't like other people, but like, come on. If I'm trying to communicate with the squad leader, just let me communicate with the squad leader.
What?
Anyway, I regrouped with them, and then we moved on. Yeah, and basically stuck with them for the rest of the time. I died. We were getting overwhelmed. Sometimes, if you're getting pushed in two directions, it's better to just wait, kill contact in one direction, and then push. Because I think that's what got a lot of us killed, is red team went to push southwest and then went down or got seriously injured and were unable to clear out the contact that was in our direction.
Yeah, there were some issues with part of the group would leave and not overwatch for the rest of the group, so the rest of the group was kind of scuffed. So they'd eventually break out, but then they'd have to spend, you know, a good 30 seconds to a minute bandaging, and that's what also slowed down your momentum. So if you're trying to pull out of an area, make sure you are covering each other, otherwise it will scuff your momentum. But otherwise, team lead for the downed CH-47. Going once, going twice. Cool. Team lead for, squad lead for the UH-60 recovery crew.
That's me, right?
Yes.
Yep, that's you.
Correct.
We got to the landing zone, and everything was going well, and then it just seemed like everyone got on the mic to basically talk to their grandmother, and I couldn't really communicate with everyone else. We got closer, and it's when the desync happened, so I figured like you were saying, I glitched out and died because of it, because they couldn't really treat me. And when we came back, it was just still grandmother's speech. We were trying to get up closer. I thought we were going to the original landing zone, but it's just me being confused. Pretty much got on the helicopter after that, and it was mission over.
All right. UH-60?
I didn't really have much to say. I, for the most part, couldn't hear half of you. The sounds of the helicopter drowned out even my crew chief. So that's why I was calling for repeats of coordinates and, you know, say your last, etc., mainly because I couldn't hear anything. And yes, when I did dip beneath the mountains, all I could hear was a robot. I was told to wave off more times than not. I understand because of the whole stray RPG or some lucky AK shot through a non-existent door would put me out of commission, so I didn't mind flying around just watching everything. All in all, yeah.
All right, it is open. I will be back in a second. All right, so we'll be back at about 9 o'clock for New Horizons, I think Phase 14. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. Have a good one.